I want you to do something right now. Open your banking app. Look at your credit card balance. Now, think about what day of the month it is. That gap between those two numbers, that right there might be the reason your credit score is lower than it should be, and nobody told you. Not your bank, not your parents, not the personal finance class you never took in school. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how your score actually gets calculated, because it works nothing like what most people think. And once I show you the thing that's happening behind the scenes every single month, you're going to want to forward this to literally everyone you know. This one thing, and I'm talking about moving a payment by 48 hours, can be the difference between a 680 and a 750, between getting approved and getting denied, between the 6.9% rate and the 5.1% rate on the house you're trying to buy. Let's go. Let me tell you about two real people. Couple A. Combined income $180,000 a year. Zero debt. Stable jobs. They saved up and applied for a $280,000 mortgage. Denied. Their credit scores were in the low 600s, not because they had bad credit, but because they had no credit. They'd paid cash for everything their whole lives. The algorithm had almost nothing to work with. Couple B, one applicant making $58,000, had 2 credit cards, a car loan, 3 years of history. Approved, best rate available. Same week. The system is not a moral judgment. It doesn't care how responsible you are. It's a pattern recognition machine. And the second you understand what patterns it's looking for, you can feed it exactly what it wants. So here's the thing nobody explains clearly enough. Your credit score is not a live feed. It's not watching your bank account in real time. It is a photograph taken once a month on one specific day, whether you're ready or not. Most people are letting the bank catch them at their worst moment. What I'm going to show you is how to control when that photograph is taken and what's in the frame when it happens. Move 1. The Statement Date Protocol. Your credit card has 3 dates that matter. Most people only know one of them. First, the transaction date. When you swipe, balance starts climbing. Second, and this is the one that changes everything, the statement closing date. This is when your billing cycle ends. The bank generates your bill, and at this exact moment, they take a snapshot of your balance and fire it off to the 3 credit bureaus: Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. This is the photograph. Third, the due date, usually 21 to 25 days after the statement closes. This is when you pay to avoid interest. Here's the trap. Let's say your statement closes on the 15th. You've got $2,400 on the card. The bureaus record $2,400. Your due date is the 5th of next month. You pay it in full on the 5th. Perfect, responsible, zero interest. But the photo was already taken on the 15th. That $2,400 sat in your report all month. You paid it off. They already reported it. FICO breaks your score into 5 categories. Payment history is the biggest, 35%. Makes sense. Did you pay your bills? But the second biggest, amounts owed, 30%. Nearly 1/3 of your score is based on the single number reported on your statement closing date, not your income, not how long you've had the card, just what's your balance on that one specific day. This is called your utilization ratio. Balance divided by your credit limit. $2,400 on a $6,000 card, that's 40%. Above 30%, the algorithm starts flagging you as a risk. Above 50%, you look like a crisis. Near 100%, your score goes into free fall. And here's the part that trips people up. It's not just your overall utilization across all cards, it's each individual card. You could have $50,000 in available credit total, but one maxed out card with a $500 limit will still hurt you. The algorithm sees that single card as a distress signal. I've seen people with 800 credit scores drop into the 740s just because they put a big purchase on a card with a low limit. No missed payments, no new loans, just one utilization spike on one card, on the wrong day. So here's how to fix it, step by step. Step 1, find your closing date. Not the due date, the statement closing date. Open your Statements tab, pull up an old PDF bill. Look for billing cycle ends or next closing date. Write it down for every card you have. Step 2. Set a calendar reminder 3 days before that date. You need the buffer because bank transfers can take 1 to 2 days to post. Step 3. On reminder day, log in, check your balance, and pay it down to almost nothing. But, and this is important, don't go to zero. This is where almost every other video gets it wrong. People think if low utilization is good, zero must be perfect. Pay it all down before the statement closes. Clean slate. That's actually a mistake. A zero balance across all your cards tells the algorithm it has no data on how you manage debt. A person who never appears to use credit is slightly riskier to lend to than someone who uses it responsibly. The system can't score behavior it can't see. People with 850 scores, the absolute top, average around 4 to 7% utilization. Not zero, not 30%. A small, active, controlled balance. The strategy is called AZEO, all zero except one. Pay all your cards to near zero before the statement closes. On just one card, your oldest or highest limit card, leave a tiny balance, $10, $20, about 1% of the limit. That one card reports a tiny active balance. Every other card reports zero. The algorithm sees active credit user, almost no utilization. That combination produces the highest possible score in the amounts owed category. And you're not carrying debt. Reporting a balance is not the same as owing interest. The statement closes with $10. You have until the due date, 20 to 25 days later, to pay that $10. Pay it before the due date, zero interest. You've simply controlled what the Bureau sees. Move 2. The inquiry shopping window. Quick show of hands. How many of you have avoided shopping around for a mortgage or car loan because you were scared of hurting your score? This fear is costing people thousands of dollars in interest. Here's the reality. A single hard inquiry, one lender pulling your credit, drops your score by about 5 to 10 points. That's it. Temporary. Gone from your report in 2 years. But here's what FICO actually built into the system, because they knew people need to compare rates. Any mortgage or auto loan inquiries made within a 14 to 45-day window are counted as a single inquiry. One pull. Doesn't matter if 5 lenders checked. So when you're ready to shop for a home or a car, compress all your rate shopping into a 2-week window. Do not spread it over 3 months thinking you're being careful. 2 weeks all at once. One inquiry on your report. But here's the move most people miss entirely. Before you let anyone run a hard pull, most major banks offer a pre-qualification tool. This uses a soft pull, completely invisible to your score. It shows you which products you're likely to get approved for before you commit to a formal application. Here's what happens without this step. Someone wants a premium travel card, applies without checking, denied. Hard inquiry hits, waits 3 months, applies again, denied again, another inquiry. Now they've got 2 hard pulls and no card. The right move? Run pre-qualification across several banks first. Takes 30 minutes. You'll see exactly which cards you qualify for before a single inquiry touches your score. Then apply once for the right card. One pull, approved. Verify before you apply. Never guess. Move 3. The authorized user transfer. This is the one that gets me every time I talk about it. 2 22-year-olds, same age, similar income. One has a 760 credit score right out of college, before he's ever held his own card. The other has a 580. The difference? One family talked about money. The other didn't. Here's what happened. The family with financial literacy passed down this one piece of knowledge, and it's completely legal, written right into how the system works. When someone adds you as an authorized user on their credit card account, their entire history on that card is added to your credit report. The account open date, every on-time payment they ever made, their credit limit, all of it. If a parent has held a card for 18 years with a perfect payment record and a $40,000 limit, and they add you as an authorized user, the algorithm now sees you as someone associated with 18 years of clean history and $40,000 in available credit. You don't even need to use the card. You don't need a physical card at all. You're just listed on the account. 3 months later, credit score in the 700s. This is not a loophole. This is exactly how the system was designed. Banks have always allowed authorized users because families share finances. The rules are written this way intentionally. Before getting added to someone's account, here's what you want. The card open for at least 5 to 7 years, perfect payment history, utilization under 20%, and the highest credit limit possible. Call the bank and confirm they report authorized user activity to all 3 bureaus. Not all of them do. 2 warnings. Warning 1. You are linked to that account. If the primary cardholder misses a payment or maxes it out, your score takes the hit too. Only do this with someone whose financial habits you trust completely. Warning 2. There are companies that sell authorized user slots online, strangers letting you onto their accounts for a fee. This is called trade line renting. Don't do it. Banks flag it. Accounts get closed. You end up worse than you started. Family and trusted connections only. The myth that costs people real money. Real quick, I have to kill one piece of advice you've probably heard. You need a mix of credit types. Get a personal loan just to improve your credit mix. Here's the math. Credit mix is 10% of your score. Payment history and utilization together are 65%. If you take out a loan you don't need and pay interest on it just to bump a category worth 1/10 of your score, you're paying real money for a statistical rounding error. Optimize what you already have. Don't manufacture debt to impress an algorithm. And while we're here, your goal isn't an 850 score. Your goal is the lowest possible interest rate on the money you actually need to borrow. Once you're above 760, you're already unlocking the best rates. Stop chasing the number. Use the system. Don't let it use you. Your 30-day action plan. Here's the exact sequence. Do it in this order. This week, audit. Pull your free credit report, all 3 bureaus. Look for errors or accounts you don't recognize. Disputing errors costs nothing and can move your score fast. Next week, find your dates. Call every card company. Ask one question. What is my statement closing date? Put those dates in your calendar. Set a reminder 3 days before each one. Week 3, run AZEO. On reminder day, pay all cards to near zero. Leave one tiny balance, $10 to $20, on your oldest or highest limit card. Let the statements close. Watch your score update. Week 4, leverage and protect. Talk to a family member with great credit about authorized user status. Use pre-qualification before your next card application. Never apply blind again. Here's a challenge. Try the statement date protocol on just one card this month. Find your closing date, pay it down 3 days early, leave $10 on there. Then come back and drop your score change in the comments. I read every single one. Seeing the real numbers from real people is the whole point of making this. The credit system wasn't built to help you. It's a risk scoring machine built to protect lenders, but it runs on rules, and the rules have patterns. And now you know the patterns. Every dollar of interest you don't pay because your score is where it should be, that's money that stays in your account, builds in your future, and belongs to you. If this helped, share it with someone who needs it. Most people have no idea this stuff exists, and that's exactly why I keep making these. See you in the next one.